Nobody could write like him. Nobody could talk like him. He backslid. God renewed him. But he backslid again, and something happened to him, and every time he backslid, he lost a little something. Oh, I could understand lounging on the back and then looking at Bathsheba taking a bath, sinning for another man's wife, went in unto the woman, and the woman got in the family way. 6 months later, she told David, this thing gonna get out after a while. And David forgot that he had written the other day that the eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the good and the evil. And David said, I'll fix it. You don't have to worry about this. Your husband is in the army. He'll never know the difference. We'll fix it. But folks, there's no way you can cover up a lie. It has been said that the truth has feet and a lie has wings. That's why a lie can fly all over town before the truth gets there. The truth walks slowly, but when it gets there, it stands by itself. You can build a lie into a concrete wall, and in time, it will crumble. A little boy told me, said, Bishop, why is the truth called the naked truth? I said, son, tell me why. He said, Bishop, it's just naked. I said, why? He said, well, a lie and the truth went swimming. The lie got out first and dressed up in the truth's clothes. And when the truth came out of the water, there was nothing there but the liar's clothes. And the truth said, before I put on a lie, I'll go to town naked. Became the naked truth. This thing is going to get out. And we're going to have to do something about this. So David sent for Bathsheba and said, I'll fix it. But you can never fix a lie. I have successfully put my preachers to sleep. You can never fix up a lie. The thing about a lie is that you've got to tell it, and then you got to try to remember what you said. You'll have to tell another lie to prop that one up, and another one to prop that one up. But the truth, I need a witness, will stand by itself. David said, I'm going to fix it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to send for Uriah and give him a furlough, and he's going to go to bed with you. And he'll never know who the father is. He'll never know the difference. He sent for Uriah, gave him a furlough. But before Uriah went home to Bathsheba, he said, I want to testify before the king. And he said, oh, king, this is what happened. An arrow flew by my right side, and a man fell dead. Another one flew by my left side, and another man fell dead. But it didn't come nigh me. And I promised God that if he'd give me a furlough, I wouldn't even go to bed with Bathsheba. But I'd go to the temple, and I'll stay there day and night and bless his name. David said, now I've got to do something else. So he put him on the front line, and arrow hit him in the heart. He fell dead. David sent for Bathsheba and said, you are a widow now. I have as much right to marry you as anybody. And God told that slothful, lazy preacher, get up and go tell him nobody didn't see him, but let him know that I saw him. Let him know that when I'm looking at him, the bed is too narrow and the cover is too short. Let him know that when I look at him, that my eyes can pierce the darkness, darker than 1,000 midnights. And I can see a grocer with his hand on the scale. I can see wrong. Go tell him I saw him. Oh, I'm so sick and tired of lightning, blight bread preachers. I'm sick and tired of preachers who have some big eyes in their congregations and some little U's. Some folk who are big tithe payers, their sins are overlooked. And sometimes we put our foot on that little one. And God told the preacher, go tell him that I saw him. The preacher said, God, do you know what you're doing? He's a king. God said, well, you better tell him because I'm the king of kings. You better go tell him I saw him. I'm trying to preach, but my preachers are still asleep. When the preacher went to him to talk to him, his knees were shaking. God said, tell him. He was trembling, but God said, tell him. So this man has power over my life. But God said, tell him. Said, Lord, he can kill me. God said, but I want you to tell him. The preacher said, Lord, he's the king. I got to slip up on him. God said, I don't care which way you do it, just so you tell him. He said, well, David said something has happened in Israel. David said, what is it? He said, a man had one sheep, and his neighbor had 100 sheep. No, he had 100, and his neighbor had one sheep. David said, I can understand that. He said, I thought you could because I just read that thing you put up on the temple which said that the Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want. I know you understand about sheep. Said, but when company came, he killed his neighbor's one sheep and made a feast. David said, show me where he is. I don't need a grand jury. I don't need anybody. I don't even need a trial. Just show me where he is. And the preacher started shaking, and God said, tell him. The preacher said, I got him right where I want him. Said, but you better tell him. Who told us as preachers to preach this weak gospel? Who told us as preachers to quit crying loud? Folk, it is 11:59, 1 minute to midnight, and 60 seconds is not long. And when God is looking for a trumpet, a flute won't satisfy. My preachers are still quiet, but I'm going to preach my sermon. God is looking for somebody to cry loud. When the preacher was shaking, God said, tell him. I mean, you tell him. And the preacher said, thou art the man. Why don't you read the 51st Psalm and listen what happened after the preacher told him, thou art the man? David said, Lord, I expect you better have mercy upon me. According to your love and kindness, according to your tender mercies, I think you better blot out my transgression. And then cleanse me from my sin. And he said, Lord, put me in the wash tub and wash me and make me clean. He said, Lord, I don't want to do it anymore, so I think you better create within me a clean heart and renew the right spirit within me. Now let me try to get to my message. It's a shame the way we are preaching this gospel. Yeah, David lost wives, lost all, but what has the church of God in Christ lost? Don't y'all bother me.